Zera Shimshon, page Resh Nun Chet, Parashat Pinchas, letter Hey. Okay, we'll start now. Letter Hey. We will read much faster because you already know the idea. It's short.
Sure.
It's still recording or no? I want to tell you something. Anytime in life somebody gives you sandak, take it.
What letter, Rabbi? Right here.
But open your eyes. Open your eyes. Within 30 days, you have any deal, go for it. Any deal. Somebody weird comes to says, "I want to be partner with you to take Twin Towers." Go! Don't learn from my mistake.
Within a year.
4 years ago, I took sandak on my son. And I went to New Jersey. I took my kids to farm to see some animals. Came to me one Chinese guy. He says to me, "Listen, I'm old. I have 60-acre land. Big farm. I want to sell it. I want to get rid of it because I'm old. I don't need it. I don't have power to work with. But you, young man, you could make camp. You could make a town on it." I said, "How much?" He said, $160,000. I said to him, "No, I don't need. I want farmer. I need this. It's going to take all my attention away from learning." I said to my wife, I said, "No, leave it alone." Then I came to him and I said, "No, the land is like 1 block." I said to him, "Is this like this space?" He says, "You crazy? 60 times more."
Why?
I said, "What?" I came to my wife. My wife said, "What are you talking about? Why do you need this garbage for land, farm? Leave it alone." As I came home, like a thunder hit on my head, said, "Crazy! Crazy! Do you know what is this? It's pennies. You could make the whole Shaarei Eliyahu in Pennsylvania. You know Shaarei Eliyahu camp?
Whole community.
I went to camp last week to Mir Yeshiva. And it's all 20 acres, huge land, 50 bungalows, 50, maybe more, 60, 70 bungalows, rabbis, students. I said to myself, what a crazy mistake I made. It's pennies. Give 10% down payment, let it run.
They still have those deals, bro.
Huh?
They still have those deals.
Who?
There's deals all over.
After tomorrow we talk.
For the right price. No, Rabbi, I'm not making it. We go back to the farm.
This time, sandak belongs to my wife's side. We'll see what's going to happen. But tomorrow, you're going to come prepared, guys. We're going to take some. Okay, guys, I'm sorry I took your time. By 10:15, we should be done. Please help me. Let's go. Guys, we have time till 10:15? Yes? Rabbi Chaim will help me, yeah? Thank you. Guys, I have support today. Rabbi Yonatan, yeah?
10:30?
Bli neder. Midrash Rabbah. It says in Midrash Rabbah, al pasuk, Bayom hashemini atzeret, tiyeh lachem, kol melacha lo ta'asu. On the 8th day is atzeret. What atzeret? Stop your malachot. Or you could look at atzeret, is last day of the holiday. Kol melacha lo ta'asu, tiyeh lachem. Atzeret should be for you. It's a holiday, which is an ending holiday, finishing, last day for you. No work. Mara aliyot pochet v'olech b'chol yom. Now, how many korbanot do we bring on Sukkot? 70. 70 korbanot. Each day goes more and then goes down. We go more korbanot and carefully go down. Towards the end, the 8th day, it goes very less. Okay? Mara aliyot pochet v'olech b'chol yom. Why every day korbanot numbers going less and less? Like for example, first day, I don't know the psukim over there. For example, I'll just give you an example. First day 20, second day let's say 18, third day 15, fourth day let's say 10. How many became? Like around 50. Fifth day 9, 59, sixth day 6, and 7th day until 8th day 70 korbanot. Why first day so many korbanot and the 8th day 1. Very little sacrifices. So it says, Lamedcha Torah derech eretz. Torah teaches you derech eretz. How? מן הקורבנות, שאם ילך באכסניה וקיבלו חברו ביום הראשון מאכילו עופות עד שמאכילו קטנית. Now, you come to, thank you for coming, thank you. You come to bring sacrifices, first day a lot, by the 8th day is going less. What is that teaching you? Somebody came to your house as a guest. Don't say today, first day I'll take out in front of him noni koch, sukhariki. How you say those sukhariki was the name? Kimmel crackers. Second day I'll take out to him nuts. Third day I'll take out to him rice. Fourth day oshpalo. Fifth day yachni. Sixth day oshtavo. No. First day give him a lot of food. Second day give him a little bit less value. Third day less value. Fourth day less value. And then carefully less and less. Who will learn this from? Korbanot. First day a lot of korbanot. Second day less and less and less. This is what Torah teaches us. Derech eretz. Comes somebody to your house as a guest. First day give him a lot. And a high quality. Second day a little bit less. Then less. Okay?
If only payroll could be like that.
עד שמאכילו קטנית תהיה לכם. Why it says 8 days should be holy atzeret, holiday for you. What does that mean? תהיה לכם. מהו תהיה לכם? What does that mean? אמר להם המועדים נעים לכם. The holiday should be pleasant to you. 2 answers Gemara gives you. I'm sorry, Mefarshim give you 2 answers. Midrash Rabbah explains 2 answers here. ביום השמיני עצרת תהיה לכם. 8th day, עצרת, stopping holiday, finishing holiday, should be for you. What does that mean? A, we go from many sacrifices to a little bit, to teach us when guests come to your house, first few days you give high quality food, then carefully go down. Second, תהיה לכם should be for you. Does that mean what? The holidays are pleasant for you. Now, let's go to understand the deep words of the Midrash. Viksha Mefarshim. And the Mefarshim is asking, the Lama Iksha Midrash Mara Aliyot Pochet Al Bayom Hashmini. Why is Midrash asking what Torah saw to go from high to less until the 8th day, much less korbanot than the first day? היה לו להקשות זה על פסוק ויקראותם. How the pasuk goes? ויקראותם ויקראותם על עולותיכם ועל זבחי שלמיכם, no? ויקראותם 1 second, it's in Parashat Pinchas. ויקראותם after, give me the Chumash, 1 minute, fast, I forgot the pasuk. ויקראותם להם fast. Opa, on the spot, very good. Special. What's that? So cool. ויקראותם עולם לריח ניחוח להשם פרים בני בקר 2 ואיל 1 7 כבשים בני שנה. Okay, the samich le par echad, ayel echad. And it says over there, par echad, 1 par, cow, ayel echad, 1 ram. Starts from many and goes 1 cow, 1 ram. Goes to less. So ask from ויקראותם. היה לו להקשות זה על פסוק, so ask from ויקראותם, why asking ביום השמיני? דמיילי לעניין הקורבן. how korbanot go less and less. Elavada tzarich lomar shamidrash ikdim hameuchar. So comes out midrash brings closer whatever comes later on. First comes Vikrautem, then comes Bayom HaShemini. So midrash explains whatever comes later on, and then we'll explain Vikrautem. So what comes later on? Bayom HaShemini. How it starts? Bayom HaShemini atzeret tiyeh lachem. On the 8th day, you bring. It's a holiday, last day of the holiday, and you bring Parashat Eilechat, which is 1-1, but it goes on from the Bayom HaShemini, which is coming later on, to explain it before. Bishvil lehakshot al tiyeh lachem. Why it brings Bayom HaShemini? In order to ask question, what does that mean? Bayom HaShemini atzeret tiyeh lachem. 8-day holiday should be for you. What does that mean, should be for you? Why Torah has to say these two extra words, should be for you, in order to explain should be for you 8th day? Torah skips Vayikra and goes to Bayom HaShemini on the 8th day. Okay? The lo atishapil lefi de la shazo, because without this doesn't come out good. Tzarich iyun ech belo de la shazo atishapil tiyeh lachem. ואחד דרשה זו דווקא יש הקושיה מהו תהיה לכם. And only after ביום השמיני עצרת תהיה לכם comes out clear what ביום השמיני, why the pasuk brings ביום השמיני, why Midrash explains ביום השמיני before, and what we could ask on תהיה לכם. ותרצו הם בלא זה הייתי אומר שהפירוש של תהיה לכם הוא כפירוש המדרש אחר. 1 second. Pasuk says, Bayom HaShemini Atzeret, last day of the holiday, the 8th day, Tiyeh Lachem, should be for you. Why Torah has to say it should be for you? What I would think. Okay, let's say, last day, 8th day holiday should be for you. What I would think. What Hashem tries to tell me. 8 days should be a holiday for you. What does that mean? To me, and what? And not to? Goyim. Hashem gave me last day, 8-day holiday to me, and not to Goy. That could be one answer. Or could be, this is for you, and not, I don't know, what else? This is for you and...
for you personally, me and you. Hashem spends it what else? Personal.
To be...
VIP.
Why? Because first 7 days a holiday. The 8th day, I want to do like, between me and you, separate.
VIP.
VIP. Very good. So in order for me to know it clear, I need these 2 words, Tiyeh Lachem. Why? Let's see what it says. ותרצו הם, דבלא זה הייתי אומר, without this I would say שהפירוש של תהיה לכם הוא כפירוש המדרש אחר, as this, if wouldn't be for תהיה לכם, it comes to explain to us, as Rashi explains in different place, שהפירוש של תהיה לכם הוא כפירוש המדרש אחר, that תהיה לכם here, it means like in different midrash. עד מוצא בכל ימי החג. How you find same category like all the other 7 days of the holiday. This is what I would think. הקריבו פרים כנגד 70 אומות. How on 7 days, how many bring with him? Bring 10 on each, right? In order to have 70 korbanot, in order to undo the power of 70 nations. Remember we spoke about it? On Sukkot we bring 70 korbanot in order to undo the power of 70 nations. And okay, so why it begins from many korbanot and goes carefully, less and less, to teach us what? I hope after this recording I'm not going to have enemies, to teach us how Goyim, they begin to be strong and carefully they be going less and less and be diminished. This is what it comes to teach us as a lesson. And let's go further. Hikrivu parim kneged 70 umot ubayom harishon, and on the first day hikrivu al atzmechem. You bring to yourself mashal lemelech she'asa seuda. Eat mashal to the king how he made a party, feast. And 7 days he had with his guests feast. And on the 8th day he said to his servants, make 8th day. And he came to his guests and he said, guests, this is only between me and you. So I would think Hashem has special VIP towards us, and this is why Bayom Hashmini Atzeret Tiyeh Lachem. So this 8th day should be me and you only, VIP party between us and Hashem. Bayom Acharon, on the last day, Amar lo ohavo negalgel ani ve'ata. On the last day said, last day should be, it's between me and you. Omnam lefi midrash anal lo itachen pirush zeh. But according to that midrash, doesn't come out like this. If it doesn't come out like this, what it means, tiyeh lachem, should be for you. What Hashem tries to teach us, Bayom Hashmini Atzeret Tiyeh Lachem. The 8th day Atzeret should be for you. What does that mean? What does that mean? If it means, I'm giving you introduction for next piece. If it means how you have a guest in your house, on the first day you give him full spectrum food, which is oshsavo, high quality food. On the second day you give him 90%. On the 8th day what you would give him? Crackers? Huh? What would you give him on the 8th day? That's all. We're already finishing, huh? 8th day we're already finishing, so should be less. This is what Midrash tries to teach us. Bayom Hashmini Atzeret Tiyeh Lachem. Don't think the 8th day should be less value meal between you and Hashem, less value quality of the Yom Tov. It should be the same, that even better. Bayom Hashmini Atzeret Tiyeh Lachem should be for you, means in a high quality. So let's see like this what it says. What it says before, second answer what Midrash said in the first column we said, what it should be for you. Amar lahem adim naim lachem. The holidays should be pleasant for you. So now let's understand. The holidays should be pleasant to you. The ma'inyan zeim kol yom pochet v'olech le'achsanya. What is this coming to teach me? If guests come to your house, you have to give them a lot of food, then less food. But don't think to do that in a holiday, Hashem says. Therefore, tiyeh lachem. When it comes to holiday, as you have strongest value on the first day Yom Tov, you have to have same value on the 8th day Yom Tov. V'od kashe deme'eze tam amar she'amoadim naim lachem. With which reason you can't to say, oh, holiday is pleasant to you. Dilma davka nakad nahim lahem v'lo lo'umot. Maybe it comes to teach you Bayom Hashmini Atzeret Tiyeh Lachem should be pleasant to you and not to goyim. Maybe it comes to teach me this. How do I know it comes to teach me the value of respect I have on the first day, I should have on the last day? The old kashe. And I have another question. It says, V'chi adayin lo yada amitut atam shekatuv bazohar sof Parashat Pinchas. And still he didn't know, Midrash doesn't know the real reason that Zohar calls she'akorbanot pochatin b'chol yom. Why korbanot go less and less daily? Dekama deinun mitma'atin hachinami ema'et dilhon shel ha'umot. How the korbanot going less and less? Therefore, the nations of the goyim will be going less and less. Remez ledavar was the hint. V'amayim hayu haloch v'chasor. In Bereshit, what it says, and the water going less and less. How the water was going less and less. This is how goyim will be going to be diminished and to become less and less. V'yesh lomar. Oh, we're going on time. V'yesh lomar, and it says, and you could answer, shegam hu yodea zeh. Even Midrash knows this. Aval kashe le al bayom hashmini. He's still asking question on the what means bayom hashmini. The bishlam bayom nichashu nifrad mish'ar hayamim. I understand that on the 8th day. Why? Because it's separated from the other days. As we spoke about today's Brit, Yitzchak 8 always separates itself from the other 7. The bekulu ketiv ubayom. on everyone by korbanot. When you bring, says bayom harishon, bayom hasheni, bayom hashlishi. Now first is bayom harishon. That's cannot be because this is first. Second, third, 5, 5, 6, 7 says bayom, and the 8 it says bayom hashmini. Why? It stays on its own. What does that mean? וכאן כתיב ביום להורות שאין שום שייכות ודבקות לישראל עם האומות. How number 8? We spoke today from different sources. How number 8 is Brit 8, you connect yourself with Hashem, same thing. Until 7, each day if you bring 10 korbanot over there, we said for 70 korbanot, which was going from up, down, 70 nations. Number 8 is Klal Israel. You cannot mix yourself with them. What's the beverage that doesn't mix itself with different beverages? Oil. Klal Israel is compared to oil. And also to grapes. Why do you make kiddush on the grapes? Wine? Because when you make grape with something else as a hybridization, it doesn't match. It doesn't mix.
8 days compared to the first day? Just
Even
like the
better.
first day, you give all.
The 8th day is staying on its own. Even more than the first day. So we'll see right now. You know the biggest tragedy you get in the world? When a Jew wants to marry Goy. And when you try to talk to them, they say, what's the difference? No. In the morning, we spoke today how a person does Avera, he separates baby birth from the mother. He separates Jewish nation from Shekhinah. Can you imagine the pain Hashem goes through when a Klal Israel going to the chuppah with a goy? Into a beer, I'm not saying kiddushin, there's no chuppah, there's no kiddushin. Into a beer with a goy. Do you know how Shekhinah suffers? Hashem says, she just took me and put in the mud. So this is what you as a teenager, or you as a boy, or as a father, as a grandfather, tell yourself. You must marry a person from Klal Israel. Period. No matter how you look, no matter how you act, no matter how you speak, no matter how you... What are you doing? In the end of the day, your wife should be Bat Israel. Because your children are your continuation. You leave this world, they'll be carrying themselves in this world with your legs. And this is what you should be careful about. This is what you should be careful about. I told you this story 4, 5, 6 years ago. It's worth to repeat it. And Ivan will finish with this story. I'm not going to go till the end. I'll finish with this story because it's very important. This guy, his father was alive. He didn't listen to his father. He said, so much money I have, I'm going to listen to my daddy. Daddy, can I sit in the car? Daddy, can I do this? I have 5 cars, 6 cars, I could do whatever I want. And he was hanging out with Goyim, Goyot, did whatever he wants. When he was in Italy having fun, his father passed away. He found out after 8-9 days, he did no achieva, nothing, no Kaddish, no nothing. He comes back and he sees a paper on the table. And his father said, my son, there's such a thing called Kaddish. Go to shul, find out, and say it. So he goes to shul in Manhattan, and Rabbi teaches him how to say Kaddish, says Kaddish, everything. And then he comes every day. Rabbi said, listen, you have to say Kaddish for the whole year. 3-4 months passed. And he was already engaged with this Goya. And he was spending time with her. She starts saying, listen, you start going to many shoes, this, that, you become too observant, I want to go vacation with you, this, that. Okay, fine. So he wants to make her happy and he goes with her to, I don't know, Europe somewhere, vacation. As they're going to vacation, he says, listen, no matter what, at least I should try to say 1 Kaddish a day. I cannot say Kaddish at all. So he started looking for a shul. He was going to a shul, and she said, you go to shul and I'll go make shopping around here, I'll walk around, you go to your stuff, I'll go to my stuff. And she is, whatever, Goya. He goes inside as if Rabbi knows this guy from somewhere, but he doesn't know him. And he started yelling, And he starts yelling and talking and talking and talking. And this guy sees Rabbi's face, tears and screaming and yelling. Rabbi said to one guy, he said, listen, why is Rabbi so angry? He said in English. He said, you don't understand what Rabbi says. I said, how do I understand? He says, different language. He says, Rabbi is screaming on those people who wants to marry Goya. He says, not only mikveh you're not going to have, not only nida you're not going to have, Goyim children, where's the continuation, where's this, that, Kaddish, Ashkava, this, that, saying Shabbat, Kashrut. He said, fine, there's no way you could marry to the Goya. He said, why? You don't know there's such a thing called Gioret? Gioret, you convert her. If she agrees to convert, she wants to convert, she wants to follow the path of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, why not? He said, oh really, you calmed me down? He said, thank you for letting me know. He comes out from the shul, she's there, he's like a face, such a face, thinking, thinking. He says, I don't understand you, everything okay, what are you thinking about? He said, I'm thinking about if I would ask you to convert, would you convert? She said, no way, why would I convert? I was born Italian, I'm gonna die Italian. You're born Jew, you die Jew, that's all, what do you want from me? Suddenly you're there, they're talking. He walks with her to the store. He says, stop. Do you love me? She said, of course I love you. But would you convert for me? She said, of course not. I mean, I love you till that point. like Vashti and Achashverosh, So he go again. He says, 1 second. If I will leave the world, will you tell my son to say Kaddish? He said, what is this? It's a Jewish thing. So she said, I don't know if he wants to follow, yes, if no, but for him to follow, you need to follow. She said, no, you gotta leave me alone. And within 2 hours, got such a big argument point, they just separated. They came back to New York, and he let her go. Years later, he went to shul, he started going to shul, he found Jewish Ashkenazi girl, he married her. He sat on the plane, went to that shul. He went and said, thank you to the rabbi. Rabbi doesn't understand what he says. He says, thank you. I mean, thank you, the whole world understands. But whatever he was saying, Rabbi, you saved me. Rabbi took that guy to translate. He said, tell me, he said, I don't understand this guy, what he wants from me. So he started saying, thank you. He said, how did you come to the shul? I mean, you don't live here. He says, I had to say Kaddish. He says, oh, you know what saved you? Not me saved you. Your father's soul saved you that you say Kaddish for him. And now you will have your children saying Kaddish for you after 120. But if you would marry her, you wouldn't have Kaddish at all. So this is what the whole Parashat is talking about. Bayom Hashmini Atzeret Tiyeh Lachem means stay away from a goy. Don't try to act like a goy. Don't be like a goy. Don't act like a goy. Don't talk like a goy. You are Ben Israel. Talk to your father the way you talk to your father, not the way you talk to your friend. Speak to your mother the way you talk to your mother. Act to your parents, act to another Jew, act to another person in the world like a Jew should, like a son of Hashem should. Hashem should help us to learn and grow in Torah and connect to Hashem. Baruch Adonai Le'olam, amen, amen.